Hello, how are you guys doing? Thank you so much for tuning into my stream. If you're new here, hi, I'm FEARSONA. You can call me Sona, and I'm your friendly neighborhood true crime VTuber here to give you full body chills. And I promise you, today is the day. I think today you're gonna freeze because we're talking about a freezer from hell. Anyway, I am back. It's been a couple of days. I do feel a little bit better. If you guys were here for my other streams, then you know that I had a bit of a cold. You know, I was battling a bit of a cold, and my throat was my voice was kind of getting weird on Sunday. I think on Sunday, like, it was already pretty, like, I wasn't doing great, but I'm recovering. I'm not 100% yet, so I might sound like a little, I don't know, like my voice might be like a little bit weird still to this day, but it's okay. You know, so like on one hand I was battling my cold. On the other hand, there was a typhoon passing through Taiwan, and I have to share this with you because people said the winds were strong. I think something else was strong with this one, and this was the map shared the map of the recent typhoon. Guys, is there something wrong with me? Because I looked at it, and the first thing that I saw was not strong winds. The first thing that I saw was the sheer girth of this typhoon. Wow, that's a wiener. Oh my god. So I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. I saw this too. A freezer from hell. Is this the one from the Apocalypse of Paul, or of Dante's Inferno? No, it's not. It's the Apocalypse of 4chan. But ain't no fucking way. Yeah, this was the typhoon that passed through Taiwan, and I'm just gonna say this typhoon rammed through Taiwan. YouTube is gonna ban my channel for these comments. Oh my god. But yeah, one might say the typhoon like really penetrated Taiwan. Really got into that, you know, really far. Like it really got deep. I'm sorry, I can't. There was that. Yeah, there's that. Also, this is another thing. But walking tree. Someone captured unbelievable footage of what appears to show a tree walking. I don't know. How do you explain that? I mean, it's moving. Unless someone is just, would someone be moving it? Like, is there a way to move a tree like that? Because I don't. So let's stop. I mean, if you guys want to go back to the typhoon that penetrated the island, like, I can talk more, but this is strange. Yeah, there was like a couple of trees, right? Like there was another one here, which is not loading, but you know, trees are walking. That it's the ENTs. What? ENTS? What? ENTs? Holy, nice edit. I know, right? I mean, no, wait. What edit is that? Like, they're walking. The tree is just walking away. I think the tree is like jumping the ship. Maybe they're doing something, cutting down trees, and this tree was just like, nope, not gonna do that. I've been planning to move for a while now. I've been planning to relocate. Anyway, I did see another form of disrespect, like bland, like just blatant disrespect online. Like I was doom scrolling as I was being, you know, like when I was sick, I was just mostly sleeping and doom scrolling. So in one of those doom scrolling sessions, I came across a video, and let me tell you, it was just like a whirlwind of emotions. But the blatant disrespect. So the caption on the video was literally like, the disrespect. And the video starts with a possum. This is like unrelated to the case today. I'm gonna talk about it in a minute. But the video starts with a possum just crossing like what seems to be a field, right? The possum is crossing, minding its own business. And then a coyote attacks it. The coyote grabs it, right? Like grabs it with its teeth. And the possum, like any possum does, passes out, because possum are like, well, I mean, they pretend to be dead, but it's mostly like mechanism. They just go stiff. They just go like, they lose consciousness essentially in shock. So yeah, the possum is, well, the dead, right? Like pretending to be dead. So the coyote is confused and puts it down and kind of sniffs around. The possum doesn't move. And so you would think the coyote walks away, but it does. But before it walks away, it kind of positions itself over the possum and pees on it. And then it walks away. And the possum wakes up in shock, smelling like piss. And that's why the video was captioned, "The disrespect." Oh my god, ew. It gave it a golden shower. It did give it a golden shower. So there's, oh no, bro. Yeah, like the video was pretty funny. Anyway, so we are talking about yet another 4chan, very disturbing 4chan rabbit hole. It's one of those, you know, it's one of those with pictures. There's gonna be quite a few pictures. There are gonna be quite a few theories. So you guys stay for the end of the video. We will discuss a bunch of theories, and there's gonna be a kind of a link to, well, not, yeah, like sort of a link to another case that I covered from 4chan. The one that I posted recently, I posted a short of recently. So the Dr. Gloves mystery. This one is very, very similar. And I'm gonna warn you right now, there's gonna be quite a few pictures that are rather graphic. I did, you know, manage to obviously like blur it out, pixelate it, so it's not, you know, like technically I won't be showing anything, but you can still pretty much imagine what it is. You can still see some stuff. So I advise you to not watch it if you don't like pretty gruesome, you know, pretty graphic content. I made hot pockets for this one. Why would you do this? Why? You guys, have you not learned anything? Have you learned nothing? Actually, my friend recently did tell me like, hey, I tried watching your video recently as I was eating my breakfast, and I stopped abruptly because this was a mistake. I'm like, which video were you watching? And he's like, Dr. Gloves. I'm like, why would you do this? Why would you attempt to watch this while eating? There were pictures. You could see pictures. And I was describing shit. Like, don't. Why? Hot pockets, yummers. I'm on holidays. Hey, Star Song. Thank you so much for being here, even though you're on holidays. Don't worry about it. You can listen to this stream if if the Wi-Fi sucks, you can catch up on it later. Why just drink, no eat? Well, I mean, because I talk about shit that's not exactly breakfast material or meal material. And Amanda, hi. Hey, sorry, I haven't. Is it? Wait, because YouTube just rolled out some weird. It's such a weird, change. Is it? Wait, is Amanda Anna? No, wait. Am I? No, it's not. Right? Like it's Amanda. Wait. I haven't watched you for a long time. I am at my grandma's. Sorry. No worries. Oh no. Okay. Sorry, I have to go. No worries. But yeah, like YouTube just rolled out pretty weird update where it's like the usernames are at something, and some of the usernames are like weird, like they changed completely. So I'm like, oh, okay, is this the same person? But yeah, thank you so much for stopping by, Amanda, and have a good time at your grandma's house. Why do I have numbers at the end of my name now? Yeah, right, like that's the strange part, because they rolled out this weird change, and then yeah, like the oh, okay, Anya is here. Okay, but yeah, like it's just, what? Wait, hasn't this update happened before? I think it might have happened before, but then it's just, yeah, they just kind of rolled it out again, or so. Oh shit, I got hit with Mothman. Baxter, thank you so much for being a member for 17 months. If not meal material, then why at mealtime? You know what? I can't argue with that. I can't argue. You've made an excellent point. I don't know. I'm just trying to encourage you guys to eat earlier, later. Why? I don't know. But yeah, I mean, like you can eat if you have a strong stomach. You can eat. Just be ready to see some things, and witness some things. Okay. So this is the first stream of the week. We're gonna have a couple other streams that are gonna be spooky. I think there's gonna be like like the scary video stream maybe like tomorrow or the day after. There's gonna be a Patreon case, so if you are a Patreon member, there will be a Patreon stream as always. I have bonus streams and I cover bonus cases, which are not published here on YouTube, right? Like fully. Sometimes I do shorts out of the cases that are published on TikTok, not TikTok, yes, published on Patreon, but those for the full case, you would have to subscribe to Patreon. There's quite a few benefits, so you can check it out. The link in my description, in the description of this video. Anyway, like and subscribe. Yeah. Okay, so let's begin. Let's start. Let's get to it. I don't know. I had my brain just glitched. Okay, so picture this. It's December 5th, 2007, so we are in early 2000s, and some anonymous soul on 4chan's infamous board /b/ right, like B, aka random. So I know that I described the case as like, oh, a person now dubbed B, but it was 4chan's board, like random board, right? And then people started calling it B. What does B keep in the freezer? So the board itself was basically anything applies, right? Like anything goes, no rules apply. Dump a photo and type your, like just whatever. Like it's just a whatever board, right? And one user does it, right? Like so they upload a picture of their freezer that's opened, and they say this: what does B keep in the freezer? Guess what's in mine? And this is on December 5th, 2007, right? And then the image is kind of strange, right? Like it's this like battered freezer door open, and it seems like something is sticking out of the freezer. You can't really tell what it is, but it is something big. And that prompt, the words, what does B keep in the freezer? Guess what's in mine? And it's basically like, boom, you've just dropped into one of the internet's most macabre rabbit holes. What follows is pure chaos, like users start guessing. They guess like a cat, cake, maybe even urine, because I mean, hey, it's strangers on the internet. It was bound to happen. People are gonna guess stupid stuff. And then someone pretty much nails it. An OP responds with a series of photos 4chan was not ready for. Oh yeah, I deserve that. I have to face plant on the floor. Joshua, thank you so much. This is by the way a trigger for any super chat. I'm gonna face plant on the floor. My 2007 self would say his mom. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, like your mom or something. But one user, right, like one person nails it, and then OP comes back, and the internet is not ready for this. So let me come back to the original post. What does B keep in the freezer? Guess what's in mine? So again, attached, there's this single unassuming photo of a chest freezer. And now here's the thing about B. The community's brain will always swerve into the weirdest, most disturbing territory possible. Right? Oh shit, yeah. Yes. You know what? Like, I don't even mind this trigger. I don't even mind this, like, this redeem. Because yeah, the case is scary, but at the same time, I'm like, yeah, I just wanna just put my face on the floor to the floor and just not look. But Danny, thank you so much for the super. Oh, cool, new command. Yeah, pretty much. Okay, so yes. Where was I? So the photo is unassuming, right? Like the freezer is open. You can't really tell what is sticking out of there, but it seems like a trash bag. Like it kind of looks like a black trash bag, but it's kind of big. And, from the shape, like you could tell, you could assume that, hey, what the fuck? Like this looks like a knee. And, some users start kind of like throwing guesses, right? Cat, urine, whatever. Someone even throws in CP because on B, sadly, that is an ugly punchline that's been thrown around before. Other users say like, yeah, like, I don't know, like some, I don't know, your mom, yeah, like is essentially the same energy, right? Like your mom. And then, the correct answer comes, but it comes from like another user, and they say this. They say a body. Thanks for the toss. But they say a body. And that's when the thread takes a hard turn into nightmarish territory, because the OP replies, well done. And attached is a picture, and this time it's not just the freezer door, but is the inside of the freezer. And inside of the bag, it seems like, well, I mean, what is laid out on top of the bag seems to be a leg, a human leg, human remains. One leg, pale and stiff, in what looks like an early stage of decomposition. If you're wondering, yes, corpse photos on this board aren't entirely unheard of. It happened before, as messed up as it is. The site had already seen, a fair share of real body posts, essentially. And the reactions followed the same awful spectrum they always do. Have the replies were trying to one-up each other with grotesque sexual jokes, and the other half were genuinely unsettled. So we are going to focus on the other half that we're trying, the users that were actually trying to solve the mystery. Oh my God, what is happening with my thingy? Wait, sorry. Of course I have to do some shit behind the scenes because why? Dude, this always happens. Like I don't get it. Okay. Well, yeah, my thingy, my calibration, my tracking is like just acting stupid, and it's just being stupid. What is it? Of course it. Well, there's not gonna be hands, unfortunately. My arms are gonna be God damn. Why? Maybe. No. Nah, never mind. Oh, FEARSONA, there's not gonna be hands anymore. Sorry. And we're just gonna have to make do with camera tracking. It's fine. FEARSONA activated. No hands. No, I can't lift my arms anymore because the app, like the Mokopi app, is just acting stupid. Thank you for tossing so many Mothmen. Okay, so let's get back to the case. So the OP, like everyone was unsettled, half of the users were unsettled, and the other half, they were trying to, just kind of act stupid and just post more jokes, right? So the unsettled part, they were like, okay, we have to solve this. Like, who is this guy? Who is this person? Are they gonna come back, or was this like just a random picture and they're gonna go away now? No, because OP wasn't done. Then OP posts 2 more images, one with another angle. So this is the original leg. These are more body parts. It's just a bag, another bag full of limbs and full of other body parts. And then they posted the final image, the same freezer with, you know, the same black bag in the background with body parts, but this time there's an arm in the frame, and it's, you know, the OP is showing thumbs up, and then the arm has a handwritten timestamp to prove that it is the OP. So you can see /B/ and then 5/12, so December 5th, right? It's kind of like some twisted, I don't know, this picture was supposed to be like a twisted proof of life. Who knows? Like it was so strange, right? And then, you know, it wasn't proof, except this wasn't proof of life. He allegedly added that he was, you know, off to masturbate. Yeah, to the bag. To the bag. He was doing, you know, things with the bag. Yeah. So in total, now we're going back to all the pictures. In total, there were 4 images that made it to the thread. And you never really get a full view of the body. It's just, you know, some like that single leg and then other parts and limbs. And then you get the thumbs up picture. Oh God, oh hell no. Yeah, I can see your guys' like reactions. Thought it said Brish. No. It's just yeah, it's B/B and then /B/ and then 5/12. What the fuck, dude? Yeah, I know. It's horrible. And mind you, because I was looking into this case and because I was searching for the photos, I actually did find the uncensored ones. I even have, so this is the Reddit thread, but this is a blog. I am not gonna be showing the actual pictures, but if you scroll down, this is the second photo. This is the leg photo. Like I can, yeah, see? So it's not censored. I did find a website. We're gonna be looking at, like, we're gonna be talking about this website because there's, you know, the blog actually does have significance, but yeah, I did find the uncensored pictures, and I did see, you know what's fucked up? This is kind of fucked up. Wait, let me just try something. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be back in a minute. Although, I mean, I'm gonna be here. I just have to like recalibrate because I want to point with my fingers, but it's just so stupid. Just give me a moment. I'll just do shit to like recalibrate myself. Oh my God. I just have to like make sure that this is working somehow. Wait, this is working? Oh, look at that. Are we back? We're back. Great, we're back. My hands are unapprehended finally. Okay. So would refreshing help? Yeah, like I just kind of like refreshed it and recalibrated it, so now it's okay. Now it's mostly okay. Okay. Yeah, because I can't, like, I'm moving my hands. I have to move my arms. So yeah, we're back to the case. Skafsona trying to fix herself. I'm trying to fix her. I'm trying to improve myself, okay? There's always room for improvement. Okay, so yeah, you never get the view of the full body. We have the leg, we have those body parts, and then the author of the set photos, right? The ambiguity. I think the ambiguity is almost worse than if it had been explicit. Like, I don't know, like, yeah, you get, oh, yeah, face planting. Yes, on a high five, wait. High five. High five to the camera, wait, I mean, yeah. Okay. So from there, I'm going to refer to the OP as B. So from there, B tried to, well, I mean, no, never mind. I'm going to refer to the sleuths, right, like as B because they are, like, the board is B and OP is OP. But users on B tried to play detectives, just classic internet sleuths, people arguing whether they're looking at a foot versus a leg, or, someone tossing around joke like one-liners like keep making posts, and then this, whatever this is, the exact reactions that you would expect from 4chan, from like the cesspools of 4chan. And then Q speculation, was OP a mortician? So some other users, right, like they are on the case. They're trying to come up with theories. They're trying to come up with reasons, like what is OP doing? Like, who is he? Is he a mortician, a hospital or lab employee? Users point out the freezer brand, right? Like, oh, this is a specific brand that sells to labs, apparently. That's what users came up with. They're like, oh, there's this LEC. Wait, let me just go back to the... so if you look closely right here, there's LEC. So they looked up the brand LEC, and they figured out that, oh, this is a brand that sells specifically to laboratories, or, well, in some cases to morgues. So they're like, oh, okay, like that's very specific. Maybe we are onto something. And debate whether this was a morgue prank versus, something criminal. None of it was ever verified, but the LEC detail comes up repeatedly in later discussions, right? Like in theories. But here's the very frustrating part. There's no surviving full archive of the thread. Like, I did find some bits and pieces, the same images recycled in later like shock posts, right? Like, so the same 4 images, but the original thread is gone. And also they never found this person up until this point, at least. So there's no confirmed identity, no closure, no confirmed backstory, like just bits and pieces of 4chan screenshots. Mind you, 4chaners, like 4chan users, the ones that were serious about like solving this mystery, right? Like they turned into sleuths and made sure to Google reverse image search. How do I call it? Is it Google reverse image search, or is it Google image reverse search? I don't know. Okay, well, whatever. So they searched for the image, right? Like they were trying to find out if these photos were posted anywhere else, like, or is it like, basically, is it original content, or did OP grab the photos from somewhere else, right? And yeah, these images were not posted anywhere else, which means they were original content and possibly real original content. The images did not pop up anywhere else. Now, here's where things get even stranger. If it could, then yeah, this is the point. So Nohanashi says, so it could be a mortician still taking photographs of human body parts as a mortician and posting them to social media such as 4chan is unethical and might be a serious crime. Absolutely. Like if this is a mortician, but it would be very strange because it's like body parts and they are kind of decomposing already. Like, I don't know, like, I mean, yeah, no, the like mortician, I guess morticians do get bodies in different stages of decomposition, right? Like it depends on when they were found, or, when they were brought in. Sorry, I have to like drink water. Because my throat is just going toaster. Okay, so here's where things get even stranger, because this freezer mystery didn't just die with the original 2007 thread. It has continued, or it has this afterlife, right? Like people kind of forgot after 2007, like years passed, the thread itself just went, it disappeared. So it's gone. And, people wondered, the thread, the screenshots kind of circulated on Reddit and different forums. But it really came back like significantly Well, one significant comeback happened in 2017. So fast forward almost 10 years, like almost 10 years, February 22nd, 2017. And we're not even on 4chan anymore. We are on a random website on this hyper local, oddly chaotic forum called Fairfax Underground. And this is a site that's supposed to be about, quote, communication among residents of Fairfax County, Virginia. Very, very random. Think like Nextdoor, but if Nextdoor had no moderation, no shame, and just, let its users go completely off the rails, because that's essentially what this forum was. And then one day, someone starts a thread about, of all things, they start a thread about mail order brides. That's what the thread is about, right? Like, their question is creepy enough. They are basically, what's the deal with them? Do you get to keep them? Mail order brides, right? Like, that's the thread. Completely unrelated, right? It's not even about the author of the thread. It's about one of the users responding to it. So one of the users, not this one, this is like, like whatever response, right? Oh no, wait, that's the response, sorry. Yeah, I think there is an extra charge for that, unless you want to keep them in your freezer. Yeah, that was one of the responses. Also, Undead Rabbit, hello. Okay, it's got weird shit. Yeah, it does. So one of the responses is like, unless you want to keep them in your freezer, right? Like, that's the response. It got a lot of likes, right? Like, this reply gets like 100 plus upvotes, and then the response continues. This one, let's just say her name was Anna from Ukraine, didn't work out so well. She threatened to leave. I told her we were forever, and I decided when forever ends. And mind you, attached to this reply were very familiar photos. These. So the same gore images from the original 2007 B freezer thread. It's the same. Red flag alert. Yeah, right? The leg, the black bag, the freezer, the whole thing. These images were again attached to this post on this like random Virginia, like Fairfax County forum. Now, this is where you've got to remember, like, the internet's full of trolls, right? Like, we have to remember that, like, this might not be the original OP. So internet, again, full of trolls who live for essentially like recycling shock content. This could be easily someone who essentially dug up the images from the old 4chan thread or somewhere that they were reposted, and they decided to just go full on edgelord and gross edgelord and just gross humor, right? Like, and just post it for gross humor's sake. And honestly, that's probably most likely the answer, right? Like, the user who posted it had been active on Fairfax Underground since 2009 and was still posting as recently as mid-2020. So, this user never posted again about these photos, really. So it's very, very, very likely that this one post was just like, him trolling the other thread, like the mail order bride thread. The odds that they're actually tied to the freezer case are slim. But here's the weird little detail or little wrinkle, so to speak. Nobody can 100% prove that it wasn't them. That's the thing. Like, nobody, yes, it's likely that it's not them, but it's also not proven that it's not the original OP. I don't know what to say about this. I mean, there's just a lot. There's just a lot happening in this whole situation. So yeah, no one can prove that it wasn't them, but at the same time, there were no arrests, no police reports, and despite rumors on Reddit that the original OP had been caught, like, it's just rumors again, there's zero evidence. So there's this thread on Reddit. Basically, what does B keep in the freezer? Was the 4chan thread ever solved? Right? And it says, the OP says, was wondering if anyone remembers the notorious "What does B keep in the freezer" post many years back on 4chan. If you don't know, it was a post with that title and a picture of a freezer with a black object at the bottom, which wasn't fully visible due to the picture being cut off. Someone guessed a body, and the OP replied with a picture of a severed leg with the words "bingo," or, well, I mean, yeah, like the one of the replies was "bingo," one of the replies was "well done." And the OP posted 2 more pictures, one of some body parts that IDK what it is, and the other one of what seems to be like a calf or thigh, and the OP doing thumbs up. I don't know if this was ever solved. Some people thought it was a hoax, but the body parts look way too real to be props, and they even have freezer burn. Does anyone know if this was a murder case, someone stealing body parts from a hospital, or just a troll, or was it unsolved and lost to time? And yeah, let's read some of the responses. Yeah, you can't prove or disprove it at the same time. It's like Schrodinger's cat in a way. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's exactly it. Like, no one, because there's so little evidence, because there's so little like right, like pieces of evidence circulating online, and most of them are deleted now. No one can really solve this. That's why I don't trust those kinds of websites. I'm sorry, Melissa said, that's why I don't trust those kind of websites like 4chan. It's too disturbing for me and too creepy. Yeah, I only visit when I have a case. So only specific. I don't really hang out. Well, I mean, 4chan, is 4chan even still functional? I don't even know. But yeah, 4chan is wasn't exactly the best environment. So someone responded, there's been a few threads in the past similar to this. If it's the one I'm thinking of, the guy took photos of a crime website. Oh, interesting. Yeah. So a common thing people will do to get some internet points, which is an interesting point, except it doesn't really work, because one of the pictures was literally his arm, right? Like thumbs up, and then it had like B, like /B/ and the date on it. So it's not like, it wasn't really crime website pictures, right? There is, however, an older one, maybe about 4 years ago or so. That one was kind of left inconclusive. The YouTuber Chilling Scares had just covered this thread. Okay, I don't think it was ever definitively solved. The photos were unique. And based on the pictures, I believe the body parts were real. And my personal theory is that the limbs are from a morgue, lab, or some kind of medical facility. You can see on the OP pic that the freezer is by Lek. Yeah, so as I said, this is gonna come up multiple times, like the brand Lek, right? That could have been Photoshopped, no? Yeah, but honestly, I don't know. Like, it's just too, it looks too good to be Photoshopped. Like the lighting is right. It just looks legit. It looks like he was there and this is his arm. It seems, so the Reddit poster says, it seems unlikely to me that the limbs belong to OP, because are there not 3 legs in the picture? It's kind of hard to tell. Yeah, it's very hard to tell like what body parts were those. There are at least 3 limbs for sure. If they do belong to OP, I'm impressed that they managed to snap a pic with their one remaining arm in the photo. So yeah, like there's this theory, mind you, that the limbs, or at least the leg, belonged to OP, as in like this was his amputated leg. And he decided, or they decided, because I don't know if can't really tell, right? Like you can't really tell if it's like who is it, but yeah, like they decided to snap a picture of their amputated leg that has been just like and they're just keeping it in the freezer. Like that's one of the leading theories. Like, oh, it's OP's own leg and he's just keeping it in their freezer. But then he has other limbs, and there was okay, so I did have this thread, and someone said, yeah, this is deleted, so I can't really tell what the context was. Like, I think I know who was behind the "what does B keep in the freezer" post on 4chan. So I don't have this post. This was deleted. I was trying to find the post, like find out who posted, you know, what was in the post itself. Someone said them apparently they didn't want to keep paying the storage bill, so they took it home. 3 hazard bags stopped it from touching other food. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He kept food in that freezer too? Oh my God. I am finding out new things about this case. Holy shit. But yeah, this person says 3 hazard bags stopped it from touching other food, and it looked a little decayed when I saw it. Okay, but why would he ever even want to save it? Just reading this post, but OP literally said that they kept it as a joke. Where is the joke? Where is the punchline? Mystery solved, they saved it because it was funny, just that. So I don't have, as I said, like I don't have the original post, so I'm not sure what they mean really, but you know, there's that. Yeah. Why the fuck is there, yeah, I know, right? Like why the fuck is there food? Why? So yes, this is one of the theories. Like, I mean, I don't know, like there's whispers that, oh, he was keeping his own amputated leg and apparently body parts of his like family or something. Like that's, yeah, like, so there's this comment. Again, no context, so I don't have much information, but who the fuck keeps their own amputated limb, let alone a family member's? So supposedly one leg is his and the other limbs are like family members' limbs. What hospital lets you take it home? Why would you put it in the same place as your food? Would it maintain freshness? I don't want to know. Also, like, they wouldn't. Hospital wouldn't even let you, like, yeah. Like someone said, they wouldn't even let me take my wisdom tooth home after they pulled it because it was technically considered a biohazard. They would not let you bring home a human leg unless you went through some weird legal battle to keep it first. It's a liability thing. So that's when this theory or this, I guess, this story just kind of falls apart. We also don't want to know. I don't want to know. Okay, so yeah. There's zero evidence that the guy from Fairfax Underground is OP, you know, like what, there's pretty much zero evidence that the limb is OP's or someone else, you know, like there's weird theories circulating on Reddit. And so the freezer story just kind of lives on, and not as a solved case, but as a kind of basically digital horror story out there, and it gets pulled out every few years, dusted off, and reposted someone new. I mean, we are in 2025 and I'm pretty much covering it right now, right? So we're kind of dusting it off and revisiting as because it's been covered a couple of times on YouTube, right? Now that we've pretty much like warmed up to the reactions, it's time to look at the theories. Like, what are the theories about this case? So the first theory is that it's actually a fake leg. So I'm gonna just So it's a fake leg, right? Let's just start with this theory, right? Like the simplest and the safest. Let's say the safest. Where is the safest? Okay, I have to like do this. Sorry. That's how I recalibrate my arms. But the safest possible theory, that it was just a fake leg and it was just a prank, you know, gruesome prank, pretty much made by some, or like just tailored by maybe a skilled prop artist or just special effects junkie who essentially likes to do these kinds of pranks with his skills. So the person just created a fake leg, fake limbs, and decided like, okay, well, let's troll the internet, right? That's there's even a speculation that Hollywood prop storage facilities keep lockers of body parts ready to flood the set at a moment's notice. I mean, that's, yeah, like that makes sense, like it's one of those, right? Like there was another thread on Reddit, like for example, this thread on Reddit. That was like okay, I'm not gonna play the audio, but essentially this thread on Reddit. This disturbing footage is going viral. Some users, it was a secret footage of a cloning facility in Canada. Could these be masks? No. So this footage is supposedly from, again, like Hollywood prop storage facility, one of those, right? So they are keeping, like they're just essentially, like gotta be a logical explanation. Hollywood said it in a storage room. Seems climate controlled. Rubber doesn't do well if not regulated. So essentially that's the theory, that this guy is actually a prop artist, and maybe this was one of the storage facilities. I don't know, like maybe it's just, he just set it up in a freezer. He just set it up in some kind of, some kind of setting that just preserves the props correctly. The hell are those? Yeah, I think these are props, like, or it's a cloning facility. Who the fuck knows? Yeah, it looks gruesome. Yeah. It looks pretty bad. Looks pretty horrible, but Sona's stretching to keep her motion camera working. Yeah, I'm stretching. This is stretchy. Stretch time. That is crazy. It looks pretty realistic. But here's the problem with this theory. Without an expert on fake bodies or human decay reviewing those images, this theory has essentially like no easy way to be proven or debunked. So we're kind of back to square one. It's the most like immediately the most comforting explanation, like, oh, this is just a fake leg. No need to be alarmed. This is not a body, right? But it's essentially ambiguous, right? Like we don't have any proof. Now we go to theory number 2 that I think most just hate this theory because that's the worst theory. So basically that this was real. The body parts were real, and a real human body, whether stolen or freshly claimed, so to speak. This is the one that gives you the real chills, right? Not because it's likely, but because if it was true, we would expect a missing persons case, an arrest, a headline, and there's none, right? And also we are imagining all those scenarios that, hey, is this a killer? Is this a serial killer? And they are keeping the trophies, right, like the body parts, as trophies in their freezer, because I think that's the darkest scenario, right? So archives on 4chan showed nothing, which isn't surprising. B is like essentially like just quicksand for searches. Still, like Reddit users note that the freezer brand is a manufacturer known to supply labs and medical facilities, which again pushes the morgue possibility a little bit more. So someone said, well, I mean, this is the comment that I already read on Reddit, but based on the pictures, I believe the body parts were real. Limbs are from a morgue, lab, or some kind of medical facility. You can see on the OP pic that the freezer is by LEC. I'm not sure the specific model of the freezer in the pic, but LEC or LEC does make freezers specifically for labs and medical facilities, though they do make them for private consumers too. So yeah, on one hand, like, yeah, the freezer brand could be for a medical facility, but they also do sell to private consumers. So it's not, again, it's kind of like a non-evidence, right? Like it's kind of like, oh, is it or is it not? Even if it's true, it just becomes even harder to prove or disprove, a fact which, B relies on for all of its like just chaotic threads. And Baxter says, how many people know what photos/limbs of a body look like without a face or name? Also, we know from previous cases that the law is most commonly inept accepting help from 4chaners. Yeah, like it's just the nature of 4chan, right? Like it's just not very right. Like it's mostly like cases from 4chan are the ones where that can't be solved, like, or they are not solved because there's no hard evidence. There's a lot of debunking, but there's a lot of like ambiguity, right? Like there's no, like, it could be, but it could be, it could not be, right? Like, and if everything is on 4chan, then it's pretty much lost. Okay. So the third theory, or sorry, the fourth, I guess the third theory, yeah, three. The third theory is morgue theft, right? So the morgue theft theory, maybe OP worked in a morgue or had a side gig in some kind of lab that has human body parts, and this person, the OP, borrowed, right, like borrowed a cadaver for one hell of a shock post, like whatever, for whatever reason he borrowed they borrowed the cadaver. And this idea comes from a blog that I've showed you guys before. So the blog is Subjective Reality by the Just One. Like, I don't know who this is, but yeah, like Subjective Reality. And he kind of explores, well, I mean, this person who runs this blog explores the possibility that this is morgue theft. And I gotta admit, like, it's one that, to me, one theory that ticks off like most of the boxes. Like, it explains both the realism of the limbs, right, like how they look, and also the freezer. And mind you, stealing bodies, unfortunately, is not unheard of. And in such a setting, it could be covered up if no one saw the photo. And we've actually seen this before. We've seen this case before. We've seen a very, very similar case. Like, if you were here, we've seen this in the Dr. Gloves 4chan mystery, because this is another mystery from 4chan, and it's essentially the same. It's a morgue setting, and it's this person in a mask. They never reveal their identity, but they are playing around with body parts, with dead fetal remains, fetuses, and later they even take pictures of actual patients, like comatose patients that are children. And this is actually a case that I've covered before on my channel. We did talk about it in my 4chan's worst case, video. So this is the Dr. Gloves video. If you want to check it out, you can check it out on my channel. You see this is with the old model. So I was still with pink hair. I still had pink hair. So you guys can check it out. Oh yeah, that one. Yeah. So that was, right, like, it was very similar. It was pretty much the same. This person, right, Dr. Gloves, like, he just posted pictures on 4chan in a thread, and the pictures were essentially like a series of photos of him holding different fetal remains and different parts and like body parts of fetuses, and it looked like the setting was essentially morgue, right? And it spiraled from there. He then started posting pictures of actual like comatose patients that he was like holding by their neck or something. They were children. Someone recognized the hospital facility. It went on for years. Like, mind you, the pictures were posted from 2014 to 2018. To this day, they don't know who it is. So, and there were a lot of pictures. There's a lot of photos, mind you. From that user, from Dr. Gloves, there's a shit ton of photos, and they still don't know who did this. So it just goes to show that it's very possible. It's absolutely possible to get away with it. And yeah, just the same, like just like in Dr. Gloves' case, in this case, again, no arrest, no follow-up, no crime report. So we just keep circling and around the same question, how would this person get away with it and vanish back into the void? And apparently it is possible, right? Like, this is not the first case. It is really crazy. It's scary. It is scary how, how easy it is. That's the word. How easy it is to take gruesome pictures with body parts, with bodies, with actual real patients, post them to 4chan, and then disappear, and no one knows, and no one ever catches you. No one ever discovers like your identity. Like you can just disappear. Yeah, that could make sense, which is it is scary. Yeah, so Dr. Glove's situation and the Beast situation, pretty, I would say pretty damn similar. And then there's another theory. Theory 4 is kind of like, I guess, the most cinematic. And this theory is the gravedigger theory. So OP is a gravedigger, maybe at a rural, I fucking hate this word, but rural facility or like rural cemetery. And OP is, was snatching fresh remains and then staged this whole situation, like this whole freezer situation for shock value. And it sounds, well, I mean, it sounds twisted. It is twisted, but at the same time, like, yeah, it's pretty cinematic, but possible, right? Like, oh, just grave dig for fresh parts, like someone who just recently passed, right? But it does, it does lack pretty much the faintest shade, like just faintest shred of evidence or any sort of corroboration, not like any other. Well, I mean, I guess the other theories are a little bit more supported by the whole like, oh, the freezer, like the brand is kind of like, oh, okay, well, it is a morgue brand of freezers or lab medical facility brand. So yeah, but this one has zero evidence. Like it's just kind of. You mean body stealer? Oh, body snatcher. Yeah, body snatcher, like body snatcher, grave digger. Yeah, essentially like grave digger. So someone who's stealing, like grave digging for and stealing bodies or stealing whatever body parts, right? And the blog that I showed you guys before is Subjective Reality. They did kind of float the idea, but it does rest mostly on, well, theoretically possible, but there's no evidence, right? Like without evidence, there's just nothing we can do. Alrighty, so let's sum it up. The morgue theft theory, it does fit the most, I guess, considering all the, all the setup, all the freezer stuff, and like the room, like how it looks like. And it would explain how someone could acquire body parts without immediate detection. And also we have this other case, the case of Dr. Gloves, that showed us that it is possible, right? Like it's possible to, get away with it for years and not get caught. The second place, I would say the prop angle, simple. It is harmless because it's not a real body, and it is entirely plausible. Like it is possible that this person was just a special effects artist and they were trying to troll the internet. Unfortunately, like the setting, with the freezer and stuff, like it just kind of doesn't look great. And the least likely is the gravedigger theory, just because we have zero indication. It's just like there's no clues, there's nothing to indicate that it would be a gravedigger. And the wildest thing is that nobody knows for sure. And that might be exactly why the thread still pretty much haunts the internet and comes back every now and then, because it's one of those internet mysteries, right? Like no answers, no closure, just rumors, just some posts, some pictures, some like comments scattered online. And so this is where we are. Also sounds like way too much work. Oh yeah, the gravedigger theory, absolutely. Yeah, I would say like, oh, this one just sounds like, I don't know, like each one of them. I guess the special effects artist, that's like the least kind of, like you work with props and you work with all those like materials. So it's like the easiest in terms of like, how to work around it. The morgue, like, if the OP actually works at a morgue, I guess easy because they have easy access. The gravedigger, just a little bit more planning for that one. Okay, so here we are. There we have, we're pretty much left with all those just 4 pictures, maybe fake, maybe real, a post that lived for quite a while on B, and then it disappeared like most of them do. And after all the theories, the comment section pretty much is left with only questions and no answers, because like there is this, right, like there is this thread on Reddit. I have to see if I can find this original post, because someone is claiming that they know who it is. They know who is behind the original post, and they claim that this is OP's own limb, and then the other limbs or the other body parts were from OP's family and he just kept them. I just don't know how that would work. So that's why I'm very skeptical about this one. And that's why I didn't really consider it in the theories. But yeah, maybe that's the answer. Maybe that's actually our answer. And we're still pretty much standing here and waiting for answers because we have none. And that's it. That is the end of this case. I think the worst part is just not knowing. It's the same situation as with Dr. Gloves. The worst part is the possibility that this is real, the body parts were real, but the worst part is not knowing who did it, right? If it's real, then it's fucked up that we don't know who did this, and it's been years since 2007 to 2025, still not arrested, still not solved. I don't want to know. Yeah, I guess on one hand, we don't want to know. I wouldn't, on one hand, I'm do I want to know if this person is a killer, a serial killer, and they are keeping body parts as trophies, right? His victims' body parts as trophies, essentially, in a some weird sick game. I don't know. I don't really want to know. But at the same time, I'm yeah, but I kind of want to know that they were arrested. Dr. Gloves. I want to know that this person is not going to post again, and this person is not free and out and about, I would like to know that they are in custody for these horrible, horrible posts. And that is it. I don't know if you guys can hear drilling. Someone is drilling us. I think it's the construction site. I fucking hate that construction site. I was still hoping, even though the building is pretty much complete, the building that I hate with the passion of 1,000 fiery pits of hell, but the building is pretty much completed, but they are still doing some works at the ground level. And I was still hoping to this day that suddenly the construction company would change their minds, and they would be you know what, we're taking this building apart, it's fine. We're just stopping the whole construction and we're gonna take it apart and be gone. No, it doesn't look like they're gonna do that. So damn it. I didn't hear any. Okay, that's good. Because I can hear it. Sorry, I'm readjusting my. I said if you know, you know. Okay, but yeah, to this day I was hoping that they would just just take the building apart, take it down, demolish it, and be gone, be done with it. But more cryptid suggestion: the Robinsons Snake Men. The heck? What is the Robinsons Snake Men? Let me just turn on music. Let's listen to some nice Robinsons Snake Men. What the heck? Oh, the real life monsters. What? The story about. No. Is that the real story of Snake Men in Robinson's Galleria? The frick? What is that? Hold up. This is apparently a. Oh, wait, block. As part of the always tradition, you are a Filipino when you know the Snake Man that lives at the basement of Robinson's Galleria. What the heck? Okay, I'm saving that. What the heck? There's a snake man in the basement of a mall? Yeah, it's Galleria. So I guess Galleria, Robinson's Galleria. But yes, workers of the mall, especially to those that are working on engineering area. Lots of people don't believe in this myth because there was no proof or evidence that was seen, but some are still believe. Interesting. I'll save this one. I'm gonna save it in my oh my god, what the fuck? Okay. I guess you find out about a new cryptid every single day. Okay. That's where I used to work. What? Insane. Okay, if you have information, if you have some fun facts about this case, you can leave them in the comments. That's where I used to work. Yo, is that a full glass of kiwi juice? I mean, I don't know, maybe. Snake man. What? Yeah, I guess that's a story. That's a thing. I guess that is a cryptid. Okay, that's it for today. It was interesting. I just saw this in one of the videos about like, disturbing disturbing 4chan threads, and I was just like, okay, this is very similar to the Dr. Gloves situation. If you don't know what Dr. Gloves case is, you can check it out in my like the other stream. Wait, let me. Yeah, I'm just gonna go back to it, but you can check out my other stream. This was the thumbnail, so you can look for this thumbnail, or you can go to my YouTube shorts. I did kind of summarize it like a little bit in my one of my YouTube shorts video, so you can check it out. That's pretty much it for today. I have more creepy streams coming up, creepy videos coming up this week. I'll see you guys possibly tomorrow or the day after for some scary videos, most likely. If plans change, obviously I'm gonna post about it. So there's gonna be definitely like one more creepy stream. Then we're gonna have a Patreon stream, so a case on Patreon. If you are a member, you can tune in at any level, right? Like any tier, you have access to the bonus cases on Patreon. And then we have another case here on YouTube on Sunday. So there's definitely a lot of spooks coming. Okay. Bye Sona, thank you for stream, thank you so much. Even though it was disgusting, it was a little bit disturbing, I'm sorry. I'm gonna tell you right now, I was working on this case I went to my friend's cafe, like, because I mentioned one of my friends, like, she opened a cafe with her husband. Oh, thank you. Oh shit. Oh no, you guys saw. Here's some floor matcha to help you relax. Holy shit. Whoa there. Oh no. Oh no. Oh dear. Yeah, you guys got flashed panties with my I hopefully YouTube is not gonna like ban this. Yeah, bye. Yeah, it's a good place. Very pretty. I still go to in the mall, the Robinson's Galleria. May I suggest the disappearance of Madeline McCann? I think I covered it a while ago. I think I covered it on Patreon for yeah, but that one was creepy. That one is creepy. Still unsolved. Although they did arrest someone. I think they did arrest one guy. It might be like, it kind of might be solved, or yeah, I have to like check it out. Like, I might refresh my memory on that. But yeah, damn, I was betting on pink. no, black panties. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, thank you so much for today. We have a couple more creepy streams this week. I'm gonna be updating on Twitter. I don't have a schedule because, my cold is kind of like like it's healing, but I'm not sure if it's healed completely, so we'll see. But there is gonna be, for now, I'm planning a couple more streams. Thank you so much for today. Stay safe out there. Always lock your doors and windows. Bury your hexes. Until the next time. Bye. Joshua, I lost my wisdom teeth and I feel dumber. I got my wisdom teeth removed. No, I still have one wisdom tooth. Okay, fun fact, because this is a ridiculous fun fact. Let me just like lower the volume of my music. Okay. Ridiculous fun fact. And why is it ridiculous? Because I don't believe in it. Surprisingly, cockroaches apparently exhibit actions that can be interpreted as repulsion or disgust when interacting with humans. Same feelings as humans feel towards cockroaches. Lies. Cockroaches are planning a coup. It's always a coup with cockroaches, so I don't believe in it, but apparently they are afraid of humans and they are disgusted with humans. So yeah, I don't know how do we know about this, but we do. So there's that. Lies upon lies upon lies. They're sitting on a throne of lies. No, cockroaches are vicious. They always plan a coup. It's a coup. Okay. That's it. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.